Okay, so what is the silver tsunami? It's that we have baby boomers born 1946 to 1964, and they are the largest demographic, and they're leaving the workforce and they're taking with them some of the great habits of work, some of the great habits of success, and a lot of the knowledge of a lot of industry and a lot of companies. And so it becomes the responsibility of a lot of organizations to make sure that that knowledge base is shared with the millennial group. If you don't have mentor-mentee partnerships, where there's going to be a huge loss of all that intellectual property that exists within an organization. I think it can't be forced. However, there can be different programs that can be successful in making sure that there's this transfer of knowledge from one generation to the next. At the same time, this can give a millennial the opportunity to gain more experience in a conversational format. At the same time, it can't come across from the baby boomer as condescending, that this is how we did it back in my day. The problem with that attitude is that that day doesn't exist anymore. We no longer have things on rotary phones. We have cell phones. We have social media. We have automation. We have semi-autonomous vehicles. This is the future. And so we need to make sure that there's good, healthy dialogues with understanding the differences between those generations. So it might be helpful to have a conversation about the generational gap that does exist in the workplace. And it truly isn't that unique. It's just that never before has it been that communicated, and never before has it been really in an office setting. A lot of times it was in the more manufacturing, agricultural realm that we used to live in 40 or 50, 60 years ago. And so now in these office spaces, these cubicle farms that we've created throughout America, it becomes extremely valuable to make sure in this setting there's this transfer and there's this respect for where people have come from and where both are headed. I think the organizations that can tap into that knowledge and truly respect the generation that is going to be retiring, 10,000 are turning 65 every single day right now. That is an amazing amount of individuals that were retiring in the next 5 to 10 years, heck, even the next 15 years. And we need to make sure that those that are entering the workforce are grabbing as much of that intellect as possible. So, in a company with the generational gap, what are you doing to make sure all that intellectual property doesn't just walk out that door? Sherm's out.